Alright everyone, today we're going to talk about this card, Thunder King Rai-Oh. A lot of you guys have a lot of questions about it or misconceptions of how it works, so let's talk about it. First of all, that we all know that it is a great 1900 beat stick, it's a light, and it's got a two fantastic effects. So, first one is the ability to, it's a continuous effect that doesn't allow anyone on the field to add cards to their hand except for drawing. So in other words, no Sengen, no reinforcements of the army, no e-call, no whatever, whatever it is. And that is a continuous effect, like I said, so it's always going to be live. Dolka or whatever cannot negate it. It's just there once it hits the field and it resolves. So, for instance, a lot of people are playing it in E-Heroes right now, okay? So, for instance, my buddy Steve, he's running E-Hero Skill Drain, and he wants to run it where the skill drain is on the field, and this is, like his perfect scenario. E-Heroes don't really care, except for maybe Stratos, about the searching and about their effects, because he runs aliases and, and he runs Gemini. So my point that I'm trying to make is, for instance, this is a great card in the deck because skill drain's on the field, and he is, he doesn't, his effect doesn't really work. So skill drain does affect him in that regard. But his other effect of, let's read it here. When your opponent would special summon a monster, you can send this card face up on the card to the graveyard to negate the special summon and destroy it. Now, what you need to realize there is it says you can send this card. So, does this card get around skill drain? Yes. And why does it? It's because it's sending itself as a cost to activate the ability, not it's activating the ability and it resolves. It's sending as a cost to activate. It's just like Miku or Exile Force or Rescue Rabbit or anything else like that. Anything that sends itself or does something as a cost to activate. So what you guys need to understand is Thunder King Rai-Oh ability to negate special summons is a cost. Okay, next thing we need to talk about is what can it negate? Okay, and that's where you guys really need to understand that it is just like Black Horn of Heaven. If I could say it any better, I would. It only negates inherent special summons, and a lot of you guys don't even understand what that means, so that's fine. Okay, cards that the ability of the card itself special summons itself. Machina Fortress, Cyber Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, Judgment Dragon, anything that usually will special summon from the graveyard or the hand, or something to that effect, okay? Now, what you guys also need to remember is Monster Reborn special summons the monster, or Mystic Tomato gets killed and it special summons the monster. So, those things bring out something. That's when it's resolving. Thunder King Rai-Oh cannot negate cards when they're in the when they're resolving. In other words, it negates cards that activate and special summon themselves. Despite what you think, Thunder King Rai-Oh does not negate Gores or Trag, because they are in the act of resolving after like a battle damage or an effect damage or something to that effect. So this guy does not negate Gores. Okay, I'm trying to be nice and not make fun of anybody, but I am going to say, just remember that. Okay, you don't need to argue or say why not or whatever. It's just sometimes we don't understand why Konami does what they do, or why the rulings are the way they are. But that's just the way it is. It makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you guys too. I think that's just going to be our discussion for today is Thunder King. Is there any other ideas? A card that you have issues with? Starlight Road or something like that. A lot of people still don't understand. And I am going to talk about that because there are some rulings that I didn't know about and I'm learning. So I want to talk to you guys about that soon. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Please click the thumbs up, and it'd be cool if you clicked an ad or two. All right, later, guys.